as we celebrate another successful year at Chequamegon Middle School and say goodbye to our wonderful students as they move on to high school. Their teachers and I wish them well as they enter high school, and we are confident that they will grow to contribute positively to the Chequamegon High School. I will especially remember this class as we spent countless hours together in 7th grade English class. I often remind them this year about the good old days when I was just their teacher and not their principal, and I remind them how wonderful they are. I hope they have learned a lot through their time at Chequamegon Middle School, and at least the meaning and symbolism when I say, stay gold, pony boy. I hope we made you laugh. Anybody remember my awesome cartwheel in the middle of English class? We got a mid-morning snow day call? I did. And I'm sure I sometimes bored you with my stories and lectures, but most importantly, I hope you've learned a lot. We will miss you, but we're anxious to see you grow and mature while in high school. We are confident that we will see great things from you. So with that said, we would like to begin our program today with a performance by our middle school choir, directed by Kristen Kirch. They will be performing Yonder Come Day, featuring Liliana Corpidanico on the jamba. I looked that up. Jambe.
On September 2nd of the year 2015, I entered a room by myself with an intro to criminal justice book I had never opened, a fresh notebook, and an unused mechanical pencil. As I stepped into my classroom, I had no idea what to expect. My nerves were on edge. I had goosebumps that ran head to toe on my body. And I had a little bit of a chatter in my teeth because when I'm nervous, I shake and I can't sit still. I looked around for a spot to sit, but it was easy because there were empty seats 3 rows deep. So I sat front row, smack dab in the center of the room by myself. The feeling of being utterly alone. I was scared. I believe I watched the clock for 15 minutes straight, waiting for the class to begin. My nervousness only got worse as the screen on the wall in front of me flashed a light, and a professor out of White Slate introduced herself and the curriculum to me and one other student on the screen from Mercer. I didn't talk or move until I was called upon to introduce myself. I had no idea what to expect, only that I was so afraid of a screen on a wall and being by myself in that class. Since I had no experience in ITB classes, I had no confidence. For many of us in this gymnasium, fear is the biggest component to keeping us from doing something. My friends aren't in that class, I shouldn't take it. What if I'm not good at that sport? I don't know what that club is, so I'm not going to try it. Fear is to be afraid of someone or something and to hold ourselves back for no apparent reason. As quoted by Will Smith, fear is not real. The only place that fear can exist is in our thoughts of the future. It is a product of our imagination, causing us to fear things that do not, at the present, or may have never existed. You see, it takes one step into a classroom by yourself, one exposure to a new sport or club, 1 ounce of volunteering, 1 second of bravery to build confidence in ourselves and eliminate that fear in our head. You must take risks to achieve ultimate success for yourself. One might quickly add, high school is a time for fun before real life begins. However, high school, in addition to the fun of course, is a time for learning and growing. To expand your mind to the wide variation of courses available and ready yourself for the future. I myself, in my junior and senior years of high school, took 2 advanced placement classes and 6 college-level classes available through our school. It all began with that first college class. The first exposure into the world beyond fear. I gained confidence from that one class to take 7 more classes like it. You see, stepping out of the comfort zone and building that bravery leads to growth as a whole. Not only are we growing in what we are doing, it can be anything, sports or in the classroom, we grow as people. We develop a personal trait that we can do this or we can do that. Our boundaries become limitless, and we can truly succeed without anything in our way. Now, I would be lying to you if I told you you weren't going to experience something that affects you negatively throughout your future high school careers or life endeavors. It's going to happen, and sometimes the negatives cannot be avoided whatsoever. You will hear that these are going to be the greatest years of your lives. Some aren't, but truthfully, each and every one of you are going to face many downfalls and hard trials. Into my senior year, I decided to sign papers with Marines. Signing my life away on a piece of paper to my country. I was full of ambition and excitement. I didn't care about the dangers of what I did or was going to do. All I knew was I was going to give it everything I had. I trained for 3 months. I weightlifted almost every day. I kept up with my studies, and I wore the Marine shirt I was given proudly. I stood tall, and I smiled every day, even puffing out my chest like I was a big dog at school. Friday, November 10th, the day before Veterans Day, I got a call from my Marine recruiter. I had been disqualified from the Marine entry program because I was allergic to seafood. Not because I couldn't do anything they wanted me to do, but because of something I couldn't control. I remember ending that phone call and dropping to my knees crying. To me, in that moment, my dreams were crushed. It was probably the lowest moment I had ever had. Especially because following my breakdown, I had to come to terms and explain to my family why I'd been disqualified. I walked the hallways with a mentality that I had no purpose, and when my friends had heard and asked about it, I would have to relive the moment over and over. The world had seemed like it ended, but there was still hope for me, and I knew it. I stood back up when I was down, and I looked into every college that I was interested in before I signed with the Marines. I chose a career path that still allowed me to help people and serve today's society. I never let my grades drop, and I never let my feet drag in the hallway as I walked. I did not give up. I did not give in to fear, even when I was so close to not having something to look forward to after high school. I graduated with 18 college credits and saved roughly $2,700 by taking courses that isolated me from my peers. I received a scholarship near that same amount for technical excellence, and I will be continuing my education in Wausau to study criminal justice. I stepped outside my comfort zone. I took a chance to find success. I overcame fear with bravery. Each and every one of you will face circumstances in high school, like I did with Marines, where you go left or you go right, and both outcomes don't seem fair. For another instance, I've lost many friendships in high school that later actually benefited me because of what they were doing had no good outcome. It won't be easy, but it's how the negatives are handled in which defines us. Will you pick yourself up or let yourself fall? Will you challenge yourself to step outside your comfort zone, or will you remain inside? Now, I challenge every one of you to enter high school with an open mind. Participate in as many sports or clubs as you can. Don't live and regret that you didn't do something later. Live with the mentality that you gain strength, courage, and confidence by every experience in which you really stop to look fear in the face. You are able to say to yourself, I lived through this Fohr, I can take the next thing that comes along. Now all I'd like to say is, good luck to all of you. Thank you.